Alright, hello everybody and welcome to some Primordialis. Figured I'd do some recording. My sleep schedule's super messed up, so I ended up sleeping in a little bit too late to do my stream. It's definitely a bit of a problem right now, but you know, it's something I'll work on. My sleep schedule's always doing weird stuff, unfortunately. But, yeah, I figured, why waste the entire day? Might as well spend some time playing Primordialis, that'll be fun. So yeah, today in Primordialis, I am still kind of trying to decide my goal, but I suppose, since we got a very powerful spawn, you can see we've got, the boss zone over here. I will try to make my way into the boss zone, get some extra stuff, survive, and see if we can't make something very unique. That would be nice. I would like to try that out. We should really be powering up right now, but I'm seeing all this XP. Look at all this XP. I can't ignore it. I gotta get the XP. It'd be wasteful. But yeah, I don't really have a particular build in mind or anything like that. I mean, when I play Primordialis, having a particular build in mind, I think is a recipe for disaster. That's how you end up spending hours on end trying to find a very particular thing and then never finding it. Which is just a whole world of pain that I don't really want to experience. We're gonna go for a little something like that. And we'll dump those. You can see that our costs are really good right now. I'm tempted to do some power switch jet cells, so that way I can move around better. I think we're going to forego our offense for now, and we're just going to play scavenger playstyle in the early game here. I think that it's a pretty viable method of doing some gaming. And, yeah, we'll keep in mind what kind of goodies we've got available to us, and exactly what kind of shenanigans we have afoot. Right now we have quite the opportunity to potentially bust into the boss zone. Now, the boss zone is a high-risk, high-reward area, but if you get access to it early game like this, if you can manage to build something that's fast enough and defensive enough, and avoid the right enemies, you can really slingshot your build to the next level, which is what I'm hoping to do here. And I make no promises that I survive this. There's a chance that this ends up being one of those things where I just end up dying immediately and we go on to another run. And that's okay. I think it's okay to showcase those, because I think, unless you're specifically trying to go for like a win streak in Primordialis, it's not really... There's no reason to not take big risks and, you know, try to get some cool stuff going on your run. Primordialis for me is all about trying to create unique situations to share with people, and also to deepen my own knowledge of the game. That's something I've been thinking about Noita a lot more lately, because I've had sufficient time and distance from that game for quite a long time now. For those of you who are newer to my channel, you might know me only for Primordialis, but before Primordialis I played nearly 4,000 hours of Noita, and yeah, it really... this game does remind me of Noita in a lot of ways, for hopefully obvious reasons. Okay, so we've made it in, but we've got some serious threats already. This is gonna get a little spicy. Here we go. But yeah, I think it's really cool how this game, you know, mimics Noita in some ways and allows you to break the game in such incredibly fun and interesting ways. Like, just all the time, there's all sorts of really weird interactions and mechanics that you can experience at any given moment. But yeah, look at all these guys. These guys kill each other really effectively, so I'm gonna hopefully work with them to murder one another, so that way I get a whole bunch of resources for it. That's what I'd like. See if we can make that happen. These missiles will probably be very helpful in that regard. Very good. Very good. I don't want to get hit by these missiles. They will hurt. They will hurt quite badly. So we gotta avoid those if we can. Oop! Ran right into that one. That's okay. We're already level 18. We've only got this one boss on us, which isn't that bad. There we go. I was hoping that would work out. Okay, so now we want to find a safe spot to rebuild because we are in quite good shape. We've got an always on cell over here, which is pretty interesting as a combo cell. I could definitely foresee myself using that in the near future. And a heart cell, and an isolator, and a charging. Wow, wow, wow. So many options. So many choices to make already. Look at this. Let's see what we can do. First things first, let's go ahead and expand our build like so. And sorry, my voice said. This is what I get for having a peanut butter sandwich directly before starting my recording. That's just my go-to meal when I don't know what to eat. I'm like, I don't know. Here's some peanut butter in a wrap. It's delicious. It's delicious. It's kind of nutritious. It keeps me going. Let's go ahead and get some of these guys going. Gonna want some additional speed, that's for certain. And yeah, you can see now just how ridiculous we are able to make ourselves with not too much extra effort. Let's go ahead and get a couple more layers of this, and I need my sides to be a little bit more, what's the word? Hydrodynamic, I suppose. The turn speed is not great, so we'll do this, and this will help a lot. Okay, so now we're nice and tanky, and hopefully I won't die horribly to these giant missile launcher enemies. These guys are quite the menace. Despite being like a relatively cheap build, they do truly immense damage. And you kind of got to put some respect on them, that's for certain. That said, we're going to try and get a little bit more XP, see what kind of cool stuff we can find, and start putting our build together. There's another heart. Wow. That is incredibly fortunate. That is very, very good. So yeah, this area is one of the very best areas to find rare loot. And if you can't find it where we found it here, then I'd recommend trying to find it just by going straight up into the dark zone. I think that those are the two best locations to find this area. And yeah, it's not too bad. It's pretty good overall. Hey, there's poison. Poison is something that I want to play with. This is hopefully not too dangerous. It's a little spooky, but we're really tanky, so we don't have that much to worry about. If I keep bashing into him while that's attached to him, he's gonna start losing HP as well, which will make him stop shooting, which seems pretty worthwhile to me. So yeah, I'm starting to see a build form. I want to make a stasis rammer build. I think that is going to be the line that we take, which means that we should definitely plan around that as much as we can. It's this one over here. That's feeler cell. Feeler combo cell is interesting. Not really sure if that's exactly what I'm after. It's very convenient that guy just blew himself up. It's super nice. I don't know why that happened, but it did. Okay, let me take one of these. I already have one, but that's okay. These guys are really not doing that much damage as long as they slow down before they hit me, which is kind of what happens the majority of the time with these guys. They're not too big of a threat as long as you are a little bit tanked up. But yeah, the first boss overhaul is quite substantial and has definitely made him significantly more of a threat. I think they need to do the second boss and then the third boss, and I don't know. I'm at the point now where I'm thinking maybe all the bosses just need a buff, but maybe that's just a sign that I'm getting better at the game. It's definitely one of those games where you really struggle until you really don't, and I think I'm approaching that. The Gyre is like the last major challenge that I'm facing on the regular, where I'm struggling to kill something. Other than that, I'm doing everything pretty smoothly. It's a glow cell. Holy shit, I'm gonna die if I'm not careful. I am dead. I am not dead. I will live this. I must. For the video. Okay, we're regened. We're good. Not even close. But I mean that was damage from the enemy that I was talking about being terrified of. The first boss, super dangerous. As proven right there. Glowing cell, not really a very good combo cell in my personal opinion. Not a big fan of comboing with that one. We're not going to bother with that, and yeah, we'll just see if we can go around, and we should probably get out of here pretty soon. Because I'm pushing my luck a little bit, as is hopefully quite obvious. Okay, we got Angry Cell, and there's Roots over there too. That's fun. That's fun. I don't really get to use Roots at all. What would I use Roots with? Charge is cute. I like Charge. I think I can dump a Power Switch. I'm not going to be using more than like 1 or 2 of those ever. Hesitant Cell is good if I want to do overcharge methods, which I do. I want to do a Poison Ghost overcharge, potentially. I think that would be a lot of fun. We're going to dump Explosive because I don't see that coming into play again. Considering we're kind of going a different route with it at this point. And, yeah, we're kind of topped off on resources at this point. I think we're going to go back through the Dark Zone the way we came, and we will reform our build. We did great in here, and I don't really want to push it any further than I already have. We'll take a little look around on the way back, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. We should be in pretty good shape to just get the heck out of here. With any luck. Just a tiny, tiny bit of luck, we will be able to get out. There we go. No assassins in the way. We're good to go. Wonderful. Alright. Well, now we've got this big, bulky build on level 1, and I'm just gonna go make my way over to the safe zone. And we'll see what kind of shenanigans we can get up to. I need to find a balloon, ideally. I need to find a balloon or a muscle or a chain link. Any of those would put me on the path to the build that I want. So, yeah, we'll probably look a little bit around here just to see if we can't find what we're looking for. There's mind control. That's interesting. I gotta figure out what to do with the mind control run at some point. I'd love to do like a pacifist run with mind control. Pacifist challenge run could be really fun. I think it'd be extremely hard and slow, though, so let me know if you'd be interested in something like that. Of course, I could always have something like that edited down, so it's a little bit more easy to digest. You know, just cut it up for Grandma. Oh, what do we got here? What? What the fuck? It's the first area. That's not okay. Why is this guy here? That's not okay at all. Okay. Alright. That's quite the spawn. Okay. Just a whole ass 4th area boss just sitting in the zone. There's another heart over there I missed. Very cute. I guess I should have been a little bit more thorough than I was, but honestly 3 hearts is really good. I can't really complain. Let's see if we can gather all this goodies up, and we've got follower cell. I guess we're at the point now where we might as well just... Oh hey, there's cancer. Oh man, what do I want to do with cancer? I gotta try another cancer run at some point. There's so it's so different from how it used to be, but it's just like incredibly dangerous. So it's hard for me to justify going for. It is very much designed as a challenge run. Okay, let me get into my safe zone, and we will commence building. So game plan is I want to make a drone that freezes time and then hits them really hard. So I need the feeler cell. But in the meantime, I will just make a simple... I could go back for the feeler cell that we left behind, but I don't want to. And root cell's cool too. We could have like some of these set up strategically so I could lodge myself into a wall and just start healing rapidly. That could be kind of interesting. These carry a little bit of biomass storage, which is good. Okay, so if we're gonna make a drone, I'm gonna go ahead and swap this around. And we aren't going to be using these anymore. We're gonna dump that. I'm gonna try and flatten this out a little bit. And then we're gonna have something like that. We want this to be a relatively large drone. Mostly for stability reasons. Having the stability good on a build like this is going to be important. And I think we're going to want this to be even longer than this, to be honest. Now that I'm looking at it, let's do that. It's going to be a large build, but we've got some really cheap cells to work with, which is going to make things pretty effective, I think. We can afford to give a fair amount of hearts as well, which is nice. And we will go with something like that. And I'm gonna build this up. We're gonna do that. We're gonna have jets. And we're gonna have power switch toggle. And we'll have a couple of these and an angry cell. And that should be good for energy. We've got charging cell, which is very interesting. I really do like charging cell with the jets. I think it's a super fun combination. That said, it does cause all sorts of problems. I don't know. It's a little risky. I think it's good, though. I still have to master setting that up, though. Okay, and then we're going to have conductors along here. And we'll have power switch here. Or, sorry, there's some of these here. So these ones will all be detached by that. I guess I can min-max that a little bit more, and it'll just be this. That looks fine. And then we'll have our hard cells extend out this way. And we'll have our speed cells on the exterior, just so that way we've got drag reduction. That is good. And I see the mistake I made there. This isn't going to be a stasis launcher just yet. But we will add stasis in soon. That is the game plan. Okay, so this is looking really good. Very strong early game drone. With no real complaints on it. I guess we can build up some more of these. And I'm going to move these to this part of the build, I think. I think that's a reasonable maneuver at this point. So this can just become speed here, and we'll get rid of this entirely. And I guess we'll HP up a little bit. Let me get some more hard cells going here. The double layer of hard cells makes me feel very safe, which is why I go for it so often, in case anyone's wondering. This is a very, very heart-rich build this early on. This is stupid. This is dumb. This will hopefully be very effective. I imagine that not much will stand in our way on the first floor here. But that is the hope. We'll see. You can see these things aren't the greatest damage dealers just yet. Which is actually for the best, because that means it's going to be safe against me. When it bumps into me, it's not going to kill me outright, which is good. One thing that I'm going to need is an inverse follower neuron. I didn't think about that earlier, but yeah, I regret not picking up the follower that I saw earlier. I think I've seen a few followers, so let's see if we can hunt one down. I'm pretty sure that we've got one Somewhere in the region. There we go. Look at that. Me remembering where things are. That's awesome. Here I thought my brain was cooked. So yeah, we're gonna inverse a follower neuron, so that way that can... It'll just never get near me, which is gonna be really important. What am I dumping for that is the question. I think it... Oh god, am I gonna dump root cell again? People are gonna be so upset at me. But I don't know if I'm gonna ever use root cell. I guess I could use root cell with like a charging setup, and like I'm inside the wall, and then I charge and go bop. I don't know, maybe that would work. I'm so tight for, you know what, I'm not gonna use electric isolator. I know myself. I know myself. Let's be realistic. Electric isolator opens up some really interesting overcharge builds, but it requires like an insane amount of brain power to, well, I don't know. It requires a fairly significant amount of brain power, and the overcharge setup is just so ridiculous that it just ends up breaking the game in a way that's not very helpful. Like it's really good until you hit the not a number, and then it doesn't do anything anymore. So yeah, that's the main issue with that. But you know, maybe at some point I'll start using that build. I just gotta get more comfortable with it, and I think on a run like this it would be a decent scenario to use it, but I've already got plans, so I'm gonna stick to my plan. We got electricity over there, which is a very spicy combo cell, but I've already got a vision, and I'm gonna stick to it for the time being. Okay, so we got this guy over here. Let me just launch some of these guys in there. And one more shot. There we go. Beautiful. Very nice. And I'm gonna go ahead and take budding because it's good. Budding is very strong. And nothing bad has ever happened using budding, I promise. Nothing bad can happen from using budding, I promise. So yeah, things that I'm looking for now, speedometer and feeler cell. Those are the two main ones. If I can find those, then... actually, do I even need speedometer? Maybe I don't even need speedometer. I gotta think about that. Gotta think about how that's gonna look. There's always another thing to add on to the list. Let's see what we can do. For now, let's just go ahead and cruise. We've got this lovely build. We might as well use it. Just go murder some enemies. You can see that it does take up a fair amount of HP. So this orange and purple enemy here, the explodey boy, he won't die to this build because he's actually explosion resistant, and being explosion resistant means you actually can't die to explosives. You can take damage from explosives, but you'll never die. Which is, that means you need like a secondary damage type to finish the job. There's a heat sink. I'm gonna grab that because having a heat sink is very nice. They reworked the jellyfish. I imagine this video will probably come in out of order from a lot of the videos that are being edited. But yeah, I'm playing on the latest beta branch, which changes a lot of things, and yeah, it's the new enemies, new AI for enemies, and no new cells or anything like that. We're still on the impact cell beta branch, to be clear. But yeah, overall, very cool patch so far. I'm feeling the anti-follower setup here, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this, which some people are going to be really upset by, I'm sure, but I don't really care. Because it's going to function just the same. I got to start doing some more asynchronous builds, just like freeform, Bob Rossett type of deal. I think that could be fun. If you want to see some, like... oh, I could do a challenge run where I'm not allowed to replace cells. So once a cell is placed, I have to leave it there, and I'm also not allowed to use symmetry mode. That could be really fun. Let me know what you think about that. If that would be an interesting run. Once the cell is in place, that's it. You're stuck with it. That would be a fun one. Yeah, the fact that I'm even considering challenge runs again is, I'm very happy that I've gotten to this point with this game. Where I'm starting to feel confident enough to do such things. Hey, double kill. Very nice. Finally got rid of that dude that was latched onto me. That enemy is my bane in this area. They just kind of get stuck to me and they never let go until I find some way to peel them off of me with another enemy. It's a bit of a pain in the butt. That said, I managed to get that one off me, which is very nice. I imagine just one or two of these will do the trick. Can you not bash into me? That's rude. I designed you to not do that. Okay, I'm absolutely taking explosive resistance. I've been really... I've been loving strafing, by the way. I think strafing is in a super good spot right now. So if you haven't tried strafing on the current patch, absolutely give it a try. You will be surprised at how fun and easy it is to use. It's genuinely very good. Is that guy dead already? He is already dead. Look at that. Wowee. I really want to find the things that I'm looking for, but they haven't shown up yet. Because we're going into this next region, we've got all these hearts. I'm going to go ahead and line some heat sinks into my build, which is going to make me significantly bulkier. If I had access to... if I had access to Flex or Elastic here, I would also do a double layer and add some of that, because it's also quite heat resistant and they pair well together. Yeah, so that's what I would do if I had the option, but I don't. But yeah, we're just going to send it into Zone 3. Normally I spend a lot of time in Zone 2, but obviously we spent a lot of time in that bonus boss area, which means that I don't really have to worry too much. And yeah, we should be more than powerful enough to deal with all these enemies. And there is my inspiration that we have far surpassed at this point. We are significantly stronger than them, which is lovely to see. And yeah, we should be finding some more cells that we weren't finding earlier at this point. Oh my goodness, what a meaty hit. That is impressive that I took that much damage. Wow. That is alarming. Okay. That was like a perfect shot into here, which is why I took so much damage. Should put some hard cells there, just as a defensive measure. That way, if I do get hit, I will hopefully not get absolutely obliterated like that. Yeah, that was pretty suboptimal. Pretty suboptimal hit, I must say. Okay, so we're just looking for the feeler cell now. We should be good to go. This drone is starting to work differently from how it was before, and I'm not super happy about that. I'm not really sure what's causing it. Hey, there's the elastic I was talking about. So let's go ahead and do an elastic layer like so. And then we can get a little bit larger here. Obviously, I'm not using all of my biomass, and, you know, if I die, feel free to call me out on that, I guess. But what I've learned from playing this game a lot is that, sometimes it's better to not spend all of your biomass, specifically because a smaller build can oftentimes be more efficient than a larger build. And I'm not really sure if that's the case here, but yeah, sometimes spending your biomass on things that aren't just size is a really good maneuver. So yeah, I'm kind of hoping that's the case here. Staying a little bit lean is hopefully a better thing for us. That said, I don't know if I would count this build as lean. It's it's pretty chunky at this point, but it's definitely doing its thing and doing it well. That guy just got turned into dust. There was nothing left of him. Couldn't even tell what enemy that was. Sorry about the zooming in and out a lot. I feel like it becomes really, really important in this area. By the way, there's still a handful of people that don't know how to zoom in and out. You just hit shift, and it puts you in map mode, and it allows you to pretty much zoom out indefinitely. It's really handy. It's quite good. Would recommend. Got another impact cell over there. Also, I've been hearing some people calling impact cell overpowered. I personally disagree. I don't think impact cell is overpowered at all. I think it's fine. It's higher potential than spikes in a lot of ways, but also it's lower starting power, so I think that helps balance it out quite a bit, in my personal opinion. Okay. There we go. We've got this linking cell here, and that does intrigue me. There's some shenanigans to be done with that, potentially. That is for certain. I'm not sure that's exactly what I'm after. Oh my goodness gracious, we're getting launched all over the place by our own explosives. That is not what I'm after. Let's regenerate here. I'm gonna need an alternative damage source very soon, because in the boss zone, there are enemies, and by boss zone I mean the zone after jungle, has enemies that are specifically designed to not be killable by explosives, which would be very problematic for me. So, should probably start to plan around that. But, yeah, this has been a bit of a unique run, I would say. Definitely just been me running through and murdering the heck out of everything. Let me know how you feel about the early boss zone. Do you like going there yourself? Do you think it makes the game too easy? How would you change it? Like, let me know what you think. Because it definitely, you know, it's a super high risk that you take early on. But it's also something that, you know, if you play defensively enough, like I did, I think that you can fairly consistently get through it. So, I don't know, maybe it is a little too strong. Hey, there's Feeler Cell. Okay, we can finally do it. That's what I wanted. Okay, that's very good. So, game plan is... how exactly am I gonna do this? I gotta think about this a little bit. Oh, there's Vampirism too. That's fun. Vampirism messes with cells a lot though, so I'm not sure if I want to take that one. But it is interesting. It is an interesting one to have access to. Okay, so let's get building. I need to find a spot where I'm not getting chased after by enemies. I guess this is a pretty okay location. Alright, so the game plan is I want Stasis Cell to... Okay, so I'm gonna use... How am I gonna do this? I need to draw the power out of Speedometer. So I'm gonna do this. And this is eventually going to link into Speedometer. So let's try that. I want to see how this works. Okay, so now they're auto-launching. Keep in mind that I've got budding as well. Oh, frick. Oh, jeez. Okay. Little awkward there. That's not really what I was after, to be totally honest. Let's internalize this one layer. So we're gonna go... This... These go down here. This goes up here. And... You know, I could go even further than that. Let me do that. Let me go even further. We're gonna get really specific with it, because I get the feeling that that's not gonna work. So we're going to start off with one speedometer all the way up here. And then we're going to have muscle here. And I'm going to just kind of have... I guess I can just do this. And the entire interior of this is going to be muscle. I can't have that touching that, because then it'll be positively charged and it'll come after me, which is not what I want. Okay. So, I think it's this. Let's try that out. So, let's regenerate first. So, this speedometer cell, in theory, will not be generating enough... yeah, so it's not generating enough electricity to do everything on itself, which is what I want. So that's really good. And then if I put the stasis... So this is going to speed up this. And then I'm going to put the stasis here. Right there. And let's see if the stasis goes off when I'm moving around. It does. Okay, that's not good. Need to get rid of that before I die. Okay, so that's not quite enough. I'm surprised. But yeah, that'll start to scale indefinitely if I don't stop it. So stasis doesn't need to activate based on that. It could activate based on feeler cell instead. So we're gonna put a layer of feelers, and I'm gonna move this up. So we're gonna have a layer of feelers, and then we're gonna have a layer of stasis, and then we're gonna have our layer of damage. So that way, this will hopefully be pretty effective. Cool. So yeah, in theory, when this thing launches, let's try it. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh shit. Oh god, what have I done? Oh no. Okay. My plan did not work. Oh no. Well, this should be interesting. Get your popcorn, chat. Get ready, folks. We're in it for the long haul here. Now's the time to get up and stretch. I won't because I'm recording in my underwear. Oh my god. Oh no, there's another one, no way. Oh, we're in hell. I don't know how this went so wrong. Oh my god. This entire world is gonna be ripped to pieces. Okay, there we go. I'll take it. Once again, death by hubris. I gotta really go and lab out how stasis cells work. I'm gonna explain what I intended for this build, and I'm hoping that there's someone in chat that's smart enough, or someone in the comments smart enough to figure out why this didn't work. So, here's the build idea. We've got our muscles, which are taking all the power of the speedometer cell. So that basically, speedometer cell isn't going to activate my jets, and it's not going to auto-launch thanks to that. And once the jets start going, the speedometer cell is going to get stronger, which is going to make the jets go faster. That all makes sense. Then up here, we've got our impact cells, which are going to make impact with an enemy, and once they make contact with the enemy, the feeler cell will go off, and then when the feeler cell activates, that will activate the stasis cell, and because stasis cell has a special property where when things are accelerating within the property, or within the range of the stasis cell, it's going to make it accelerate faster, which will make impact cell deal more damage. So the point was to make like a super nuclear impact cell damage setup. But the problem was that for some reason the stasis cell went off on its own. And I'm not really sure why. But yeah, that was a fun run. It was hopefully it was enlightening to you. Hopefully you learned something. But yeah, I had a good time, and I hope you did too. Thank you very much for watching. And yeah. What a beautiful screenshot. What a mess. Oh, what's this? Hang on. I wonder if it's like Noiten. If it crashes, I get my life back. That'd be kind of sick. It is we are full on white screened. I'm gonna hang on before we close. I'm gonna see if my game recovers or not. So I'll go ahead and do the little crash. Look at that. Deadlock's got an update. Pog. If you're still playing Deadlock, let me know. I just kind of came back to it recently because they added like 6 new characters. Doorman is very fun. I like the Doorman. Okay, the run is dead, so there you go. But that was a fun run. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time. Big shout out to everybody who's been watching all the videos lately. And yeah, make sure you go look at my variety content. Click on my channel, see all the various things there are to see. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.